Hey, this is Nathan and welcome to another original Xbox game review here on Camp Xbox. Today's review is on a game that I have never even touched before last week, and that's The Haunted Mansion. Released October 14th, 2003, just a little bit before the heavily panned Haunted Mansion movie. But surprisingly, this game has hardly anything to do with the movie. Only with a few sets inspired by it. Surprisingly, this game is inspired by the theme park ride, and that's probably for the better. The Haunted Mansion video game is fun and creative, just like the ride, but unlike the ride, this game may be a little too long for what it has. In the Haunted Mansion, you play as Zeke, who is following an ad to be a caretaker for a Victorian-styled mansion. Upon arrival, Zeke finds out it was all a ruse, and he has been tasked to save the 999 souls trapped by the evil Order of Souls led by Atticus Thorne. The lore goes even deeper than that. There's lore books you can read, and there's a crazy long opening cutscene with a ton of exposition. To me, the story here is highly convoluted and makes little sense cohesively. I'm sure hardcore Disney fans would enjoy the deep lore developed here in this game, but I tuned it out really quick, and it felt messy to me and not very interesting. But the design and world does a great job of keeping the Haunted Mansion interesting. This game is definitely similar to another Xbox exclusive game that I'm going to cover later on called Grabbed by the Ghoulies. Similar gameplay style and world building where you have a huge mansion and you have to go room to room solving puzzles in each room and defeating enemies to reach the end of the game. This game shines through in design and puzzles. Every room features a unique puzzle to make your way through. One makes you as small as a pool ball on a billiards table trying to score balls into the pockets. And another asks you to hide behind a pattern of shields to dodge incoming fireballs. Each room felt original, and I was always excited to see what was coming up next. And this I loved. Now, some puzzles are a bit cryptic, but it's never too hard to solve with just a little bit of ingenuity. The biggest issue comes with after you solve all these puzzles in each room, you have to search all of the items to find hidden souls that you need to progress to other rooms. You go around clicking X on each thing, and then little souls pop out and you have to suck in each soul. It's a tedious process with not a lot of fun gameplay to it, and it almost feels like a way just to lengthen out the game. This bit of gameplay is very plain and boring, and easily the worst part. This game is extremely original, and I don't understand why they stuck with this. In some way, it kills the mood after playing through highly interesting level design. And as far as the combat goes, it's fine. You shoot beams out of your lamp to attack ghoulish haunts, you upgrade it over time, and the power feels good. No complaints, but it's really nothing too amazing. The difficulty is up there, though, and some of the enemies they toss at you make this game a challenge. So if you like your games tough, this is a good pick, honestly. But for me personally, I found the difficulty got tiring, especially with how lengthened out this game is. And I think the final cutscene and boss are a lot of fun, and it does a great job of tying everything together, and the difficulty on the final boss really isn't too bad. I can only recommend it based off the amount of originality on display here. It's a ton of fun, and it does a crazy amount of inventive things for the time that I love to see games do. Sure, it has flaws, but some of these things you can see it do make up for some of the poorer parts of the game. Out of the 3 games that I have reviewed so far on the original Xbox, this has to go in third place, unfortunately, just because the replay value isn't there. Looking at the other games, I'd rather replay those before I would go back to this. But just because it's in third place won't mean that it's in last for long, because it's actually a pretty decent game. Well, that is everything for the Haunted Mansion. If you enjoyed this review, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Also, be sure to put in the comments any original Xbox games you'd love me to review, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.